said, don't touch the button.
Ring 6 still needs to be wound back a bit. That's the problem.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Competitor in ring number 2 is going to get underway very, very shortly.
Where's the main tent?
Just
One
down
or
next
two?
to, as in like the sound tent, or
Yeah,
it's just next to ring. Is it 3 right at the end there? Right, are they ready to go?
Yeah, Jack's just coming over now. He's first.
Testing. Alrighty, good morning, Ring 6. We are about to get underway with our first heat of the 17-year-old age group for the junior paraders today. I just wanted to take a moment to introduce our judge, Prue Bygrave. Prue lives with her husband, Cameron, at Monto, Queensland. They run CPB, Santa Gertrudis, Stock Dogs and Horses. Prue was a previous Queensland State Champion parader in 2011, and she was the reserve champion at Nationals in 2012. So you're certainly in good hands today. If we have Heat 1 when they're ready to go, we will enter the ring. Alrighty, underway with Heat 1 in Ring 6. We have 15 junior paraders in this class, parading for our judge, Prue Bygrave. Heat 1, we have a top line that's been pulled out by our judge. Now, these are in no particular order. These paraders will be required to come back in for the final for their age group. So in this top line, we have Caitlin Childs, we have Jessica Chapman, Georgina Buchan, Jackson Bennett, and Bella Beekmans. I'll just pass over to our judge for some comments.
Thanks, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. So this morning with our junior paraders here, these top five, they stood out to me in this heat. Once we're getting to the 17-year-old age group, there's a few bare basics that we're come to sort of be expected as a bit of a bare minimum, which is presentation of yourself, presentation of your beast, and your gear fitting well, and just a bit of general ring awareness and but then there's also the side of it, you want to look like you're enjoying it and that you want to be there. So all of these top five competitors spoke to me in one way or another for a few of these aspects, and I look forward to seeing them in the final heat.
Thank you, Prue. We'll just give these paraders a minute to get out of the ring. And we'll move on into Heat 2 for the day. So this is Heat 2 in Ring 6. In this heat, we should have Isaac Day, Layla Den, Keelan Donnell, Indiana Erickson, Shakaya, Chelsea Furling, Liam Ford, Ella Fort, Lucas Harms, William Hick, Daniel Hillier, Hayley Hughes, Grace Hughes, Max Humphreys, and Brooke Isepi.
Ruby.
Yes, I am. Because when they did us a favour because the only way to stop the blind horse from coming through them was spooking the cattle. So we just turned it off because we don't want to stampede. And now I'm actually fixing it, and then you'll be able to have it back again. So I've got it turned down low just in case it did it again. Yep, will be.
Hey, hey.
Have to plug that back in.
1, 2.
Now, the antenna is all the way back in front of the lead screen next to number 3. And they're pointing all in this general direction, but once you come behind here, it's got to get through the metal of those things, which is like a ferrite. So you're best to just try and get a line of sight. If you can see the top of the tent in front of the screen, it's got a fighting chance.
Righto.
If you turn this way, it's got to go through a body of water.
Yep, no dramas. If it starts
we'll
crackling
try and-
again, what should
yeah,
we do?
Just do
do that.
what you did.
Sweet,
Yep.
righto.
I'll go back up there and give it a bit more volume because at the moment I've got it down low in case when I turned it on it went.
Yeah, fair. No, thank you for that. All right, ring 6. We are electrified again. So, 17 years, we're in our finals now. So we've got the top line from each of the heats that are parading before our judge. In our final for ring 6, we have Bella Beekmans, Jackson Bennett, Georgina Buchan, Jessica Chapman, Caitlin Childs, Isaac Day, Chelsea Furling, Liam Ford, Ella Fort, Hayley Hughes, Grace Hughes, Dawson Jones, Blake Killy, Jessica Martell, Dallas Mollenhagen, Cody Mortimer, Blake Petroff, Kynan Petroff, and Gabrielle Plowman. Once again, our judge for today is Prue Bygrave. Prue's from Monto in Queensland. She was a Queensland State Champion Parader in 2011 and was reserve champion at the Nationals in 2012. She runs a Santa Gertruda stud with her husband Cameron. They also have stock dogs and horses. So we're currently watching the finals for the 17 years junior paraders in ring 6. This class will have place getters to 8th place. The winner will go on to represent the 17-year-olds in the championship competition. While our judge is looking through the final for our 17 years in ring 6, if we can have our 18 to 25 year paraders in heat 1 marshalling and ready to go, we will keep rolling through once this final is complete. So in ring 6, our judge is going to pull forward a top line out of our final, just so we've got a bit more space in this class for them to be able to parade around. So I believe we're pulling out 10 paraders, and then we'll let them go again before the judge. Alrighty, in ring 6, 17 years, we are watching our final class. The judges pulled forward a top line here that she would like to see paraded again. Just before we do and before we ask those down the back to exit the ring, I'll just let the judge pass some comments as we didn't have the microphone during your individual classes.
Thank you. We've got our top 10 here this morning. All I've done this morning is make my job even harder. These guys have done an excellent job. Just a word to the kids in the back line up there. Just a few little separating factors. When you're in a ring where you don't have a great deal of room, you really need to keep an eye on what's happening as far as, you know, giving one another enough room, having the ring flowing, but also with your lines up the back. You know, I found it a bit difficult to walk. Like, there should be enough room for the judge to walk if there's supposed to be two definite lines, as well as there were just a couple of different little things with presentation, you know, and they're really only nitpicky things, but it's going to be the nitpicking that that's between the, you know, first and second in and whatnot in once we get through to judging the top 10 as well. So I just want to congratulate you all. You've done a magnificent job, presenting these animals, and I look forward to judging these top 10 paraders.
Thank you, Prue. If we can get our backliners to follow your steward's directions and just exit the ring. All right, in ring 6 here for 17 years, we have our top 10 paraders as selected by our judge, Prue, today. In our top 10, we have Georgina Buchan, Jessica Chapman, Caitlin Childs, Ella Fort, Hayley Hughes, Dawson Jones, Blake Killy, Dallas Mollenhagen, Cody Mortimer, and Gabrielle Plowman. It's a fantastic effort. We've all seen you've been selected top 10 out of 60, so you should be very proud to be standing in that line.
it's going to sound like a bit of a broken record, and I think Paredes just can't get around it. But I think the Paredes up on top here really stood out for me. Just that control with the leads. I probably do prefer a little bit tighter lead over a longer one. I know some cattle will react better to a longer lead. That comes down to personal preference a little bit. But for me, for control and for having that little bit of more bond with your animal, you can really feel what the animal's doing. You can feel the movement within the animal. The moving feet gives right onto it. And that's what these spreaders up on top have done well here. They've really got those leads nice and tight. They've got control of their animal at all time. When I'm doing my walk by here, it's basically like opening a gate. And I'm really looking for that control. When I step away, I really want to see a parade that has control of the animal, keeps constant pace throughout that animal, keeps it nice and balanced. When we're looking at this top end as well, it's really good to see these paraders are also just holding their leads a little bit better. They've just got that little bit more mouse about them in terms of the way they're actually exchanging those leads and their canes. They're keeping those cattle nice and balanced. They're using their leads as actually steering with those cattle rather than the cane. And I think that just gets those cattle a little bit more edge when they actually present themselves. They're a little more balanced. That's what we're looking at for out here. At the end of the day, we are trying to market these cattle, and that's what a show ring's about. It's not about the parade themselves, it's about the animal and marketing in the best way we can. By having that animal balanced and looking really natural and having that natural movement with the parade, it makes it really seamless. And I think that's what has got these couple of parade's up into our final.
Here we are in ring 2, age group the 16 years junior paraders competition. We've got the final heat out here in front of our judge, Mr. Sam Parrish. He's been selecting 4 out of each heat for his final that have come into the ring following this heat. It's been an outstanding exhibition of young paraders. These guys are really doing a top job out here. They've got these animals looking absolutely amazing, as I'm sure Sam's been commenting. Now, I'd just like to take a moment to thank our sponsors out here, Nutrient Ag Solutions. They're the major sponsor of the State Cattle Competition here for Big 2024. It's great to have them on board as here as the sponsors of the entire competition, and I know the commitment to the junior program especially is here for everybody to see. So we thank Nutrient, along with the Datamars Livestock crew. They've done an amazing job coming on board here as sponsors, and specifically for these junior events. So we thank the Datamars Livestock team. I believe they've got a site along with Nutrient, so if you want to do business with any of those guys throughout the week, jump in and see them at the tent and talk some business with them.
Ring 6, we're watching the final of the 17 years age group junior paraders. We have the top 10 currently before our judge, and she's certainly going through them with a very fine tooth comb. I'd just like to take this moment to say thank you to the sponsors that have allowed these events to happen today. So we got Nutrient Ag Solutions and especially Datamars Livestock, who've come on board specifically for our junior events today. So big thank you to those guys. They've both got a stand here at Beef today, so make sure you drop by and say g'day. And thank them for their sponsorship, because without them these classes wouldn't be able to happen.
Is working his way through the final heat of this ring number 2's 16 years age group junior paraders competition, proudly sponsored by Datamars. And it's part of the entire Beef 2020 full stack paddock competition, which is sponsored by our naming sponsors for that, Nutrient Ag Solutions. We thank both of those guys coming on board. They've both got trade sites that'll be in full swing today, so I'd encourage any of the spectators that are watching today that want to do a deal on something, get down there and say good day to the Nutrient Ag Solutions or the Datamars Livestock team. They're judging this ring, Mr. Sam Parrish. For those of you that missed the introductions earlier in the day, very, very accomplished junior parader in his own right in his younger years, a national winner of this event, which is a big, big feather in his cap. Sam's been in and around the livestock industry for his entire life. He runs a very successful podcast for any of these listeners that spend a bit of time on the road, the Breeder Exchange. And along with that, Sam is currently working within the industry body Cattle Australia. So it's great to have Sam up here at Beef Australia 2024, judging this the junior praise competition, age group 16 years. The completion of this heat will have the finalists from each heat ready to roll straight into the ring. So they are marshalling people in ring number 2, have those finalists from each respective heat to get ready to move straight on in, and we'll get underway with our finalists, which will be selecting a class leaders for this age group, 16 years junior paraders competition.
right, ring 6, 17-year-old. There's been a tough job for our judge today. There's certainly been a lot of you, but we've gotten our 8 placings here. So first place we've got Blake Killy. Second we have Dallas Mollenhagen. Third we have Dawson Jones. Fourth, Cody Mortimer. Fifth, Jessica Chapman. Sixth, Hayley Hughes. Seventh, Georgina Buchan. And eighth, Caitlin Childs. I'll pass over to our judge for her comments.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I think this group of young paraders deserves a huge round of applause. I think you guys have all done a wonderful job. Yeah. So as my top 10 finalists, as I said earlier, a few of the basic things that I'm looking for that sort of, to me, are just bare minimum are, presentation of yourself, presentation of your beast, and a bit of ring awareness. But the young gentleman up in first position, what really made him stand out, everybody was marshalled at the marshalling area. He just stood up, strode on out, was like, yep, I'm here, and I'm ready to show off my animal to the best of my ability. And that was really something that got him up over the young gentleman in second place. He just, he got up, he showed his heifer off well, he knew what class she was in, he knew what cow she was out of, and yeah, I just couldn't fault him in that regard. He stood his heifer up without a cane, and he was the first one out. He had her standing there relaxed and happy the whole time. He understood all the instructions that I had given to him, and yeah, a very worthy winner here today. It's splitting hairs really with all of our place getters here, and really it all just comes down to personal preference. At the end of the day, I'd probably have any of these young people working for me or showing for me, and that's a credit to them. So our second place getter with the Red Brahmin heifer did an excellent job, knew where I was the whole time, had her standing up beautifully. She was relaxed the whole time, and he was presented perfectly, the beast was presented perfectly, and yeah, just did an overall outstanding job. It was splitting hairs between first and second. So second over third, the young man in third place, I really admire this young fellow. Anybody who's led a Brahmin knows that sometimes, the more you do with them, the more annoyed they get, and sometimes the more you leave them alone, the more relaxed they get, and that was certainly the case with this fellow. He's definitely not got him reined up tight and not got him overshown by any means, and that's exactly what this bull needed to come into this atmosphere and relax, and that's something that I really admired that he did with this bull, as I said, he knew all these facts and figures when I asked him, and was beautifully presented, and it was just that overall awareness of giving that bull his space and his time to relax, but also still showing him off. That was what got him over the young gentleman in fourth position. This young man, beautifully presented heifer. Again, he knew all of her facts and figures as well. Really just splitting hairs. And when with things like this, when everybody is as top quality as we've got up here today, it really only is small things, and in this case, this young man, his heifer's halter, was just a fraction cleaner than the young girl in fifth position. Taking nothing away, she handled this bull beautifully, as you can see. I think he was the one that took a bit of a dive and got a bit of a fright at the speaker, but you didn't lose your composure. You got him back in the ring, and you were aware that corner was somewhere where he might have been a little bit touchy, and you got him relaxed the longer he was in here, and you did a really good job. And the other thing too, just knowing your beast's information, bringing it back to the reason that we do this, I guess, for the commercial relevance. You've got, there's 1,000 eyes outside of the ring, and it all boils down to dollars in the pocket, and marketing your cattle, and you've got potential buyers outside of the ring that might want to know a bit of information about the animal, and if you're the person on the end of the lead, you're the person that they're likely going to ask. That being said, the young girl down here, her bull was sparkling. Her gear. It was all sparkling. She knew what cow he was out of, and she offered what sire he was by without me needing to ask. Yeah, she had him nice and relaxed the whole time. She was very much in tune with him, and it was just that overall, knowledge of her beast that got her over the young girl here in whichever place we're in, seventh, sorry. This young lady caught my eye when within the first heat. She did a great job showing this young bull off. And we're really just once we get down here, we really are splitting hairs. It was just, I guess, it was just that overall awareness of where I was, and also awareness of her beast's body and what it's doing. Got her over the young girl in 8th place. Now, something I really admire about this girl is that she had a smile on her dial the whole time, and she looked like she really wanted to be there. And as much as I understand that nerves are a part of this game, if you can be doing something and you can be enjoying it, all the more power to you. And she certainly exuded happiness and a desire to be here, and that was something that I really admired about her. She didn't have the easiest bull to parade. He was a little bit pushy at times, and sometimes because of that she may not have been 100% aware of where I was, but all the power to her. She didn't have the most easy beast to parade today, and she was still quite happy. The smile barely left her face the whole time. The two young competitors in the back line, absolute credit to you. You've both done a fantastic job to be in the top 10 here today. It's really only just a couple of little nuances or personal preferences. Yeah, absolutely well done to all of you guys here today, and congratulations to our top lineup.
Thank you very much there to our judge, Prue Bygrave. Certainly a challenging job to comb through these 60-odd paraders today to end up with our top 8 here. Just again, while the judge gets a few photos with the place getters, we've got first place Blake Killy, second place Dallas Mollenhager, Dawson Jones in third place, fourth place Cody Mortimer, fifth Jessica Chapman, sixth Hayley Hughes, seventh Georgina Buchan, and eighth Caitlin Childs. While we're getting some photos here with our judge for our 17 years class, if we have our open class, so that's the 18 to 25s ready to go out the back, I'm sure they've been waiting patiently. We're nearly ready for you to enter the ring. That's the only photo you want?
Yeah. Do you want, what do you want to do? How long? No, you got too much.
All right. If we could get that top place getters out of the ring now.
I got second before.
Yeah.
All right, guys, head out and we'll get this next class on the road.
It's all right if the cattle play the game, but when the cattle don't play the game. Uh-huh.
Alrighty. Ring 6, whilst we have our place getters leave the ring, we're now moving on to the 18 to 25-year-olds. We're having a change of judge. Our judge for this age group is Ruby Canning. Ruby is the owner of Livestock Photography, which is a livestock and rural family photography business. Ruby and her fiancé Thomas, along with her family, own Mavstar Cimentals in Victoria. Ruby is passionate about youth in agriculture and previously won the National Champion Beef Cattle Parader in 2016 and was an associate judge alongside her father at previous Beef Australia competitions. Ruby now resides in Dunkeld, Victoria, and will be the overjudge for our 18 to 25-year-olds. All right, ready for Heat 1 of the 18 to 25-year-olds. In this heat, we have Monique Amadoro, Shay Barron, Samara Balcombe, Ali Bogey, Maggie Burling, Amity Campbell, Grace Collins, Anna Rose Chapman, Amy Collins, Tim Connor, and Olivia Delaforce.
congratulations. I'm just going to make a quick comment. They asked the ones still standing to exit the ring just to have a bit more space. But I want to make a comment because I think that the calibre of paraders across this division, 16-year-olds is a very interesting age. I know there's still people entering that haven't led before, so I commend you on coming out and having a crack here today at the beef stage. This is one of the biggest stages you'll ever come across in Australia, and I think it's a credit to all of you guys. You presented yourselves immaculately, your animals are presented immaculately, so on that respect, I think that you've all ticked the box. It's going to come down to a few personal preferences, and I've talked about control and spacing all day, and I think that it's really just nitpicking when you come down to here. So if you're standing in this 10 that's still standing, please don't be disheartened by that. I think that it's also a little bit personal preference. Today is it's hard because we all say it's one man's opinion, but that's literally what it is. I've been invited here. It's an absolute honour to be here, but I've been asked for my professional opinion. And when it comes down to that, I put a lot of safety involved in it because we are working with 500 plus kilos in a lot of these cases. A couple of cows in here, but most of these cattle are 400 or 500 kilos, and they're going to feed us every day of the week. So we've got to have respect for that. We've got to control it. So always patient. We try and
All right, while
the animal what they're doing.
is that working?
Also, you want to control how that animal
Can you hear that at all?
judge.
Hello.
We have fitters at the back here with the fluffies that clip them and shape them and lure them up. It's just the same for a parader out in the schools that'll make sure you handle those foals as best as you can. You want to know your animal back to front. So really good parader.
Hello.
You've got a woman. I think that's really what really cares here. Any of these tents in the middle want to come chat to me after, please do. But you guys do the beautiful things.
Well, we've lost our mic again. Do you know where the tech people are? Oh, hang on.
His finalist off his finals and just give himself a little bit more room here to select his place getters. Big round of applause. Again, another big round
Where are
of
you looking?
applause. It is within this 16-year age group. Those that are out here for the final and those
Hello, hello.
work these guys have put in, they would have been in 3 hours.
Do you know where the Tech 10 is? It's up just in front of ring 3. Do you mind ducking down and just saying speaker's not working? Thank you. No, we can't. Our speaker's out.
The speaker's out. Can we please get that really quickly?
Yeah, I've just sent him someone running.
Can I say can't have it? Is there another
Speaker's not working.
It's not working.
Speaker's gone out, and we can't find tech people. I sent someone up and there's no one who can.
Is it finals or heats?
Heats. I've checked the plugs up to about here, and they're all synced. Just this next one. Yeah, cool.
Shouldn't sound very much. You got that. I was like, sorry.
Someone's got to sort it. Yeah. And the mic is on.
Yeah. And the other thing is, this is the oldest age group. Like, yeah.
They put in so much effort to get here. It's nice
Yeah.
to hear a
Well,
bit of
we've got
feedback.
we've got heaps of kids there that aren't actually coming up to Marshall. So I'm wondering, like, if they can't hear it. But I mean, they know their ring. They should be here.
Exactly. They should know to watch and
Yeah.
know where they're up
Be
to.
aware.
And if they're unsure, like that fella's been marshalling all morning, go ask him.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
If it's not sorted, it's going to be tough.
Righto. Thank you.
This guy.
Yeah, no, she's doing great.
I like that she takes the time to talk to people because, like, when I've judged it, I do that because otherwise I don't learn
And
anything
as
from
someone who's entered, that's like
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me is to get that
it.
feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I was always getting put in the top line but not placing, and I had no feedback.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get better
Yeah.
if I'm not getting any
Yeah.
feedback?
And especially like, you know, you hear the comments of the top graders and you might think you're doing that, but maybe you're not. So yeah. Absolutely. And she's such a lovely person. Like I feel like she gives feedback so nicely.
Sorry, I'm just looking
Yeah,
at
you're
this
right.
and-
We're looking for employment and getting into the industry, and people are looking and people are watching as you are parading these animals around, and we want to see an animal paraded and shown off to the best of your ability.
touched it.
Yep. Speaker's on. Cool. Thank you.
If someone's paying you to market their stock and they're paying a couple of $100 to go and leave their best animal to a ring, you've got to get,
One.
you've got to make sure it's every
One.
Can I ask a huge flavour? I need to be able to see what's happening at this end, but I can't be all the way down at number 6 at the same time. Is there any chance you can walk that down to 6 for me? And there's a girl with an arm brace who's taking care of that ring. Don't turn it off. It stays on at all times. And or alternatively or just get it down there and even give it a 1-2 and see if there's anything coming out of the speaker.
Where am I going? Ring 6.
This side, third point away.
We got the hard stuff. Yeah, mate, what's the go with the lead steers this afternoon? Have they got their own announcer or? What ring will it happen in? Will they have a printing out of all the lists and all that for us? Yep, right.
that's probably what we've got to go and think today. It's just under good control coming up that last one. And it's really splitting hairs, but an absolute honour to be here today. And I think that the future of the beef industry and in great hands.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
I just got to talk into it while he tries to fix it up there.
1 2 test 1 2 1 2 testing 1 2. 1 2 test 1 2 1 2 check 1 2. 1 2 testing 1 2 check 1 2 test 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 test 1 2.
Thanks to Sam Parrish for his time and his effort here to run his eye over this class. I'd like everyone still here to put a big round of applause together for those stewards and judges. So thanks Sam for coming up here. I'm sure for any of the competitors in this age group, if you've got any questions, I'm sure Sam can make himself available.
1 2 1 2 check 1 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back online, ring 6. Sorry for the technological issues. We would have seen Heat 2 that just came in. In the top line of Heat 2, we had Taylor Hobbs, Brianna Holmes, Charlotte Dendy, and Cameron Dutton. We're currently watching Heat 3. I'll let Ruby have a speak on the microphone after she's pulled her top line forward in this heat. What was your name?
Taylor Humphries.
Just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce our judge again for our 18 to 25-year-old age group as she makes her way through this third heat here. So our judge is Ruby Canning. She's the owner of Livestock Photography, a livestock and rural family photography business. Ruby and her fiancé Thomas, along with her family, own Mavstar Scimitars in Victoria. Ruby is passionate about youth in agriculture and previously won the National Champion Beef Cattle Parader in 2016 and was an associate judge alongside her father at previous Beef Australia events. Ruby now resides in Dunkeld, Victoria, and we thank Ruby for taking the time out to come and judge these paraders here today.
So prefer to talk that way? Cool, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're back up to date with the microphone now. I just wanted to say what an incredible honour it is to be judging here today at Beef Australia. I'm truly grateful for the incredible lineup of children and kids and young adults I've had out in front of me so far here today. I think it's a true credit to the beef industry that we have so many incredible and passionate young individuals coming up, because showing cattle is just one very small part of the beef industry. There's so many careers in communications, in feeding cattle, in promoting cattle, and marketing cattle, and I think we need to incorporate all those aspects and be really grateful for the incredible industry we're in here today. So congratulations to all of the competitors I've had out in previous heats, and I sincerely apologise that I have not been able to comment across the microphone on so many wonderful kids that have already come into my heats today, and I will make an effort to comment on them when they do come out into the finals. I mentioned before I'm looking for a parader that has that real natural style, that real natural ability with their animal, and never once are they outpowering the animal in terms of showing it off and being, I guess, prettier than their animal. Paraders to me is about a partnership, and I really want to see you and your animal work together. I think it's been really wonderful to see that so many of the kids that I've had up in my top paraders today so far, they've all been bred and owned animals, and I think that just shows through in their ability to have that real connection with their animal and to know how they look the best, how to present them and how to work with them. And I think no matter what, that shines through. You've got a really natural ability, and I really pick up on that. There's never too much pressure on the nose clip. You've got a really smooth, soft hand presence, and I really admire that. As soon as you walk into the ring, I want to see that you're using the whole entire ring. You're spacing your animals out. And I know it's hot, I know it's humid, and I know cattle are going to be starting to get doughy very quickly. But it's really important that you continue to work with your cattle and know them and know their best traits. And if they're walking a little bit slow, well, you just slow down too. I don't want to see a lot of pressure on the noses. I don't want to see a lot of lagging of dragging cattle, because you're here to show your animal that you've got to the best of your ability. And I'm really proud to see that I've got some outstanding paraders, and I've got a lot of people that are coming up in these classes that are on that more novice side. And I'd be truly grateful if you've got any questions at all about why you didn't place, please come up and ask. I'm always open to answer any questions. But I'll continue on to my top paraders in this heat today. The two girls that I pulled out as soon as they walked into the ring, there was something about them that just caught my eye. They knew their animals, they were well presented, and they really just flowed with their animal, and that's something I really wanted to see. Talking to the young girl with the bull up the front, I asked her, I said, does this just happen to be your own animal? And she said, yes, it is. And you can just tell there is such a unity there, and there's a real connection, and I really admire that. The young lady with the steer, again in my top, she had a real natural flow with that steer, and I just want to make note how immaculately presented that this steer is. There's absolutely no gunk in the eyes, there's no gunk in the nose, and I know you probably think of that as a last minute thing of, oh, don't worry about the nose, don't worry about the ears or the eyes, but as an animal judge, an animal selector, and also a breeder of cattle myself, the cattle I look at, I want to make sure that they're healthy and they're clean and they've got clean eyes and they've got clean noses. So I always want you to remember that when you're coming out into the ring, not only are you showing your animal, but you're also showing it to prospective buyers, and they want to see that it's a healthy animal with a clean nose and clean eyes. So that's just something I picked up on today. So well done. The young lady with this Brahmin here today, I guess she really kind of shone throughout when she was more in that second lineup. I had a chat to her, and she had a real great enthusiasm for being here. She was really happy to have a chat. I actually had a chat to her about the NLAS system and the importance of it. And I think when you get into these older age groups, you're not just out here leading an animal, you're out here showcasing an animal and showing your ability to be involved in the industry. So I think that's really important, just to have a general knowledge of the important aspects of the beef industry from a communication point of view, and also from a perspective of future employers that are going to be having a chat with you too. Again, this young lady I've got out here, she just wanted to have a chat. She was really passionate about what she was doing and how she was learning stuff out here at Beef Australia, and that's something I really like to see. Other paraders that are in my second lineup, well done to you all for having the effort to get out here. It's just a couple little things, you know, and even though now, sure you aren't in the top placings, but you still have people on these outside of the rings looking at your animals. So always keep that in mind. If you've got the opportunity to pull back in line without making a big deal out of it, do so. You know, you're all out of line here except for one of you. So keep that in mind. You've always got people watching you, and you've always got people that are wanting to buy your cattle possibly. So that's just a few points on here today. We'll continue on, but yeah, thank you very much for listening to my extended responses. Just really wanted to give these paraders a time now that we've got a microphone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruby. While these paraders leave the ring, we are getting ready for our fourth heat, which is the final heat for this age group of the 18 to 25-year-olds. In this heat, we have Brooke Parlane, Brodie Pink, Georgie Spencer, Gabriella Stokes, Maddie Taylor, Abby Tennant, Charlie Tucker, Cheyenne Yates, Hilary Cooper, Abigail Cutting, Karina Dawson, Marshall Stocks, Katie Sutcliffe, and William York. When you're ready to enter the ring, thank you. Just a reminder to all our paraders as well, especially those from the 17-year age group, our winner does go into the Champion Parader final. So I don't have a time to give you yet, but you will be required for that competition.
Attention all junior parader exhibitors, the first place getters from each class will be required in for the Grand Champion Parader of Beef 2024. And that will happen in ring number 1 at the completion of all the competitions. So we've still got ring 6 running right at the moment. Once it's finished, we'll move straight into the Grand Champion Parader, and that will be contested from all the first place getters only of each age group.
Here in ring 6, just another reminder as well, all of those that were pulled forward as finalists in their heats, you will be required for the final, to select the final placings, which will commence after this class. So all those top 4 from each heat, if you are ready to go at the completion of this class. Thank you. Alrighty, ring 6, we have a top line for our Heat 4, 18 to 25 years. We have Brody Pink, Gabriella Stokes, Hilary Cooper, and Abigail Cutting. I'll just let Ruby have a chat to those, the rest of those in the class today, and then she'll come up and pass her comments. But congratulations to these 4 on top. That was a tough class. Just a reminder to those out the back, we will be moving straight into the final for the 18 to 25 years class, straight after these Heat 4 paraders have left the ring. So if you can all be ready to go, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, a really tough heat out here today. Again, varying styles and paraders. And I think, if anything, that's something to be really grateful for, because we're not all cookie cutters. We've all had different experiences growing up with cattle. We've all been trained differently. We've all been taught to take in different aspects of showing and leading and parading. But I think if one thing stands out to me whenever I'm judging, I want to see passion. I want to see that you genuinely want to be out here in the ring. I want to see that you're enjoying it, and I want to see that you've got a really natural, genuine bond with the animal that you're leading. Because trust me, if you've got an animal out here that doesn't want to be out here, no one really wants to be out here either. So I just really like that really natural, soft, flowing parader that has that ability to show that animal off. And I mentioned that I just want to see you all having a really good time out here. The young lady, and this is in no particular order, this is just how I've pulled them up. The young lady that, if she'd just like to lead off here, she caught my eye as soon as she walked into the ring. Just as an overall really natural kind of parader, she had that enthusiasm, she was smiling but still natural enough, and that's something that I really like to see. She was aware of the competitors in front of her and behind her, and whenever she pushed an animal up, she'd asked if you want them pushed up or if you don't want them pushed up, and I think that's really important. She was well aware of her space, she used the ring to the best of her ability, and she had that real nice natural flow that I really like to see, and she genuinely wanted to be out here. She was smiling the whole time. Never once did she get annoyed with her animal. She just flowed with it really nicely. She never dragged it, and I really admired that. The young man that I've gone for in this heat as well here today, to me, he stood out from the moment he walked in. He's just got that real flowing, nice, easygoing ability. I don't think anything would really faze him or this bull. And when I was talking to him, he said that he'd worked with this animal for many months, and you can really tell. And I know that not everyone has the ability to be able to work with an animal for that long of a time, but I think overall showmanship can really show that off, and if you're a confident parader, you should be able to show off any animal that you've got out here. The young man that I pulled up as my final pick of this heat, there was a few things that I mentioned to him that I would really like to change about his presentation as such. I did mention about his halter and the cleanliness of his eyes, but to me, the reason this young man is in my top for this heat, it was that real natural flow that he had. He didn't have the biggest animal in the class. He never overstretched her. He never outpowered her, and he really just balanced well with that heifer. And I think no matter what, that is really important. It's not showing yourself off more than the animal, and that's why I decided to pull him up. Did mention about his halter fitting and a few little changes, but I thought he did a really good job. This young lady that I've pulled up in my top heat as well, again, she was one of that shone through towards that end of that class when she was in that lineup. I wasn't really putting much pressure on her in that back lineup. I wasn't really looking at her much, but she was on the ball. She pulled her animal up and she stood it up really nicely, and that's what got her on top today, because it wasn't an obvious turnaround, but it certainly made me look at her and look at her animal animal. I did make comment that I would like to see the animal's eyes cleaned, simply from a presentation point of view, but she did really well. This young lady I've got up here as well, we had a great conversation about New Zealand and how it's the second time over out to Australia, and it was purely that enthusiasm and that passion to want to learn and to get better at parading, and that genuine ability to be out here, have fun in a new country, and she just really wanted to be out here, and I really love that about her, so that's why she's in my top today. The paraders out here in the back again, I've mentioned it in my previous heats, and I would have loved, for you all to have paid attention to that, is just because you're out in the back there doesn't mean people aren't still looking at you, and it definitely doesn't mean that I still may not pull you up into my top line. So you always need to pay attention to the judge. Even if you think the judge is finished judging, she may not be, or he may not be, so keep that in mind. Again, I wanted to see really good, that you wanted to be out here, and I wanted to see your animals shown off to the best of their ability. And the kids that I had up on top just outshone in that place today. Congratulations to everyone, and I look forward to what I have in the next class. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruby. While those paraders leave the ring, we are moving on to our final for the 18 to 25 years age group. In that final, we have Amity Campbell, Anna Rose Chapman, Tim Connor, and Olivia Delaforce from Heat 1. From Heat 2, we have Taylor Hobbs, Brianna Holmes, Charlotte Dendy, and Cameron Dutton. Heat 3, we have Taylor Humphreys, Laura Kirk, Mackenzie Leeson, and Holly Nels. And Heat 4, we have Brodie Pink, Gabriella Stokes, Hilary Cooper, Abigail Cutting, and William York. When the ring's empty, if those paraders could enter to parade before our judge. Once again, this is our final for the 18 to 25 years age group. The winner of this class will go into the championship class for the champion junior parader today. we do. We only got 3 heads, so not too many. Yeah, the Dreaddies. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I think there's, yeah, even a little bit more, I think. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's definitely enough here to make it a good day for sure.
What's the cost around the ring? What's the cost around the fans? Are you guys struggling with camping so far?
Not so much the Alrighty, here in ring 6 we have the final 18 to 25-year-olds. There are 17 of you in there, so to make a bit more room for our judge, we're going to pull up a top line here in no particular order, and these ones will parade again before our judge, just to clear the ring a little bit. Alrighty, our judge has pulled forward a top line which will now parade before her again now that they've got a bit more room in the ring. In our top line for our 18 to 25 years, we have Amity Campbell, Tim Connor, Olivia Delaforce, Taylor Hobbs, Brianna Holmes, Charlotte Dendy, Laura Kirk, Brodie Pink, Gabriella Stokes and Abigail Cutting. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching the final of the 18 to 25 years age group. We have our top 10 paraders here in the ring before us. The winner of this class, as well as the winner of our 17-year-olds, will then go into the championship competition, which will be held in Ring 1 immediately after the completion of this class. So our first place getter from the 17-year-olds and the winner of this class will both go into the championship competition. All right, we've come to a result in our 18 to 25 years final. I believe that was a very tough job for Ruby. We're just getting the names of the place getters, but while we're doing that, we'll just pass over to the judge for her comments.
Perfect. I'll actually get you all to stay where you are at the moment because I believe photography will get some photos at the end. So if we can all just remain where we are until I finish my placings discussion, that'd be really greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to make note that by far this is one of the most competitive paraders classes that I've ever had the honour of adjudicating, and I'm truly so honoured to be here today, and I sincerely congratulate each and every parader that is out here, each and every parent that has supported their individuals, if they're young adults, if they're kids, if they're straight out of school or if they're in school, wherever they are in their careers. I thank each and every parent out there for being here today supporting your kids, because as someone that has grown up in the industry with my beloved family and my fiance and raising cattle and breeding cattle, it is something that I'm so truly passionate about from the bottom of my heart, and judging here today is something that I bring so much passion to, and it's been a true honour. So I just want to say a sincere congratulations to each competitor that I have out here in my lineup, and to each competitor that didn't make my top lineup today. Each and every one of you are going exceptional places in the industry, and I wish you all the very best, and I hope that you find the career pathways that you're looking for. I hope you find your passion in the beef industry, because it is a wholesome industry, and I'm so proud to be part of it. This young lady that I've gone for my winner today, I believe she's a type of parader that you could give a cow to, a bull to, a steer to, a young heifer calf, and she would show it off to the best of its ability. And ladies and gentlemen, I said that from the start, that is something I was looking for. I wanted that eye-catching parader that showed that animal off at the best that she could. She knew that animal inside and out, the best way to stand it in every possible ring. When I was getting towards the pointy end of my decision, I did ask her, I said, where would you stand if you happen to be the only person in this ring, and how would you stand, and who would you show your animal to? And I think that's really important. And I just want to make another note here, especially, and this is another reason why this young lady is on my top today. She had that animal just then, and she turned it around the correct way, and I think that's really important, because never once do I want to see an animal doing a tight little turn and not going the right way. So a standout parader, I could not fault her in any way possible. No matter where I was in any part of the ring, she was looking out to see where I was, to see if she could reprofile her animal any possible better way. She used every corner of this ring where she needed to when she was walking. Never once did she cut a corner, never once was she, disrespectful to another parader. She always helped where she was needed, and to me that is really important as a parader, because parading cows is so much more than winning in the ring. It's about being a genuinely good person and having that genuine passion to be a nice person and to help people around you, and I really saw that shine in this young parader today, and I wish her every best in her future aspirations, and I really hope you do well in this championship today, and congratulations, darling. The young lady that I've gone for in second, another truly impeccable parader, and gee, it was splitting hairs towards the end of this class. She was telling me about her steer. She was explaining the best way for it to stand to the crowd so they could see the hind quarter. She knew every aspect about it. Again, I had a really great conversation with her about her steer that she raised, and I think it was just really putting it down to those little things in the class that got the first girl over the second girl. It was simply just having that bit more awareness of where I was and the way that the animal would look best for where I was in the ring, and that's why she's in second today. However, she had really great utilisation of the ring. She was really soft on her hands, and she was able to use that spacing really well to be able to pull that animal up, stand it up, and make sure I could see it to the best of my ability that I could. This young man in third place, this kid's really going places, and I really had such a pleasure judging him today. He had a really cool, calm, collected nature about him, and that bull all day was just so happy to be there. And I think that's really important, because it's definitely not a short day out here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long day, and I really wanted to take my time to go through these paraders and really pick up on those little things, because sometimes at the end of the day, I know you all want to get home and you want to get those trucks on the road if it's at the end of the show, but showing your paraders off and showing your cattle off especially, it takes time, and I really appreciate you staying with me this whole time while I've been judging this, because it definitely hasn't been an easy feat. This young man, exceptional presence, exceptional easygoing nature, had a great chat to him about his agriculture industry involvement, and I think that's just, it's an epitome of what he does. It's his nature that stood out to me today, and that's why he's in this placing today, so congratulations. This young lady in following the places, a really natural soft parader. She did a really good job on that heifer. There was just a couple times I'd really like to realign her of where she was standing in the ring in comparison to the other competitors. Remember, this is a showmanship class. I want to see your animal to the best that I can, but I also really want to see how you work with other people and how you work with your animal, and that's just where I've gone down to these lower placings in my top of my, lower placings in the top lineup, just for those few little nitty-gritty things that I'm really picky on. But congratulations, and I congratulate each and every one of you here today. It has been an incredible honour. Going down into this line again, this young girl doing a great job on this heifer. Saw her from the moment she walked in. She had passion, she had enthusiasm, she had a smile, and gee, I love that with my paraders. So keep at it, Dan, you're doing a great job. Young man with the bull, oh, you did such a great job. You just flowed, and you knew what your animal could do, and I really appreciated that, and I think that's the backbone of every paraders class. If you know the flaws and also the really good points of your animal, you're already 4 steps ahead, so congratulations. Again, going down into this line again, there was just a few little things that I picked on for a few different paraders for different reasons why they're in those lines. Again, very particular on certain things. It was just the cleanliness of eyes, cleanliness of halters, the overall presentation of the parader and how you worked with your animal, and that's why I have gone down into those lineups today. However, I sincerely congratulate each and every one of you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today. It has been a true honour. I'd like to extend a thank you to my family who are up here from Victoria to support me here today, and my wonderful fiance who is here no matter what across every pathway of crazy opportunity that I decide to take in the beef industry. Thank you for this incredible opportunity. Congratulations to our winners, our place getters, and the people that didn't unfortunately place today. It has been a sincere honour, and I'm truly grateful to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruby. Certainly a very, very tough age group to judge. While the place getters are receiving their ribbons and some photos, I'll just go through that list again. So in first place, we have Taylor Hobbs. Second place, Laura Kirk. Third place, Tim Connor. Fourth place, Olivia Delaforce. Fifth place, Abigail Cutting. Sixth place, Brodie Pink. Seventh place, Gabriella Stokes. Eighth place, Brianna Holmes. Ninth place, Amity Campbell. And 10th place, Charlotte Dendy. A very big congratulations to those paraders.